Games are getting longer, like way longer, and there's usually not enough time to play them all, whether it's because you're working or going to school. Sometimes you don't have a spare 100 hours you can drop on the game, no matter how good it is. The solution to this problem are shorter games that still have a lot of depth to keep you engaged. In this video, I will present 4 great short games you've probably never heard of, starting with... In this game you can throw chairs, blow yourself up for an achievement, and behead people. Instant 10 out of 10. Cultic is a boomer shooter where you play as a detective investigating murderous cult members using his detective skills. The whole game has this occult aesthetic, and the locations you'll visit are often dark places filled with corpses and blood. The whole basic gameplay loop consists of you wandering into the cult's base and discovering secrets and killing lots of people, all while an epic tune is playing in the background. And like all boomer shooters, you'll have access to a big arsenal of weapons, ranging from a handgun all the way to a TNT, which is just so fun. Blowing shit up just hits so different. It's one of those things that makes any game better, that combined with the grappling hook. I just love explosions. I don't know, man, there's just something about them. Not only is it hella fun in this game, but also something you'll have to use quite often because there's usually a very large group of enemies bundled together in places. The gameplay in this game is really good, but that's not even the best part of it. No, that title goes to the sound effects. They are so well made and so unique compared to a lot of other games. The best way to describe them would be the word crispy. Everything from reloading your gun to throwing your axe at somebody sounds so crunchy and satisfying. This is definitely one of those games you have to play with headphones, because the sound quality is just way too good. It's even more impressive when you account for the fact that only one person made this, all by himself. The game is about 5 hours long too, so you'll definitely get your money's worth. If you like the idea of shooting somebody in the head and seeing the blood fly 60 miles in every direction, I think this game is for you. Imagine you took several grams of LSD and now you're tripping balls like you have never before. That's what this game feels like. It's filled to the brim with bright colors that create these beautiful environments. You'll play as this girl that gets transported into another world where you'll be completing different levels and trying to get better and better scores by collecting these hearts and doing different quick time events. The gameplay is simple but also very fun, and almost every level introduces a new mechanic which make the levels unique from one another. You'll have one map where you're just cruising around on your motorcycle trying to collect as many hearts as possible and doing quick time events to get the best score, and another where you'll be finding a boss by using a bow and arrow. Sayonara Wild Heart is a very flashy and fast-paced game with an excellent progression system. This, combined with its amazing soundtrack, definitely makes it worth your time. The game is also around 1.5 hours long, but you can also play for longer if you want to get the best scores for each level. For this price tag, I think it's definitely something to check out. Sheepy: A Short Adventure is by far the shortest game on this list. It's literally an hour long, and the game is all the better for it. It's a beautiful pixel art game where you play as this sheep plushie exploring a post-apocalyptic wasteland filled with broken buildings and corpses. Every area you traverse is so gorgeous, even with its simplistic art style, not to mention the music. The music in this game is just pure eargasm and further solidifies the game's atmosphere. Sheepy also has a relatively in-depth combat system, where you of course have the typical move, jump, and interact buttons, but you also gradually unlock new abilities and movement mechanics. This progression occurs very fast because of the length of the game, so the combat and movement never get stale. This game just continuously keeps one-upping itself in terms of quality the more you play it. There's one segment in particular which I don't want to show because again, the game is 1 hour long, but it's genuinely so amazing and made this go from a great game to Game of the Year contender. Everything, the music, the visuals, the movement hit you at the same time, working so well together. Oh man, you just have to play the game to see it for yourself, which won't be hard because the game is literally free. Yes, you get all of this for $0, which is like the #1 thing the reviews are complaining about, and yeah, I kinda agree. The developers deserve every single bit of recognition they can get, and boy have they gotten a lot of it. The game sits at 99% overwhelmingly positive on Steam, and is therefore one of the best reviewed games of the year. If you haven't played it, do it now. This game is an ADHD simulator where you play as a mummy or something, I don't really know, but it's a movement shooter where you mainly use a boomerang. Oh my god, just like in the title. In the beginning of the game, you'll just have the basic boomerang skills like throwing it and receiving it, but you'll gradually become faster and stronger. For example, this is how you move in the beginning of the game, and this is near the end. The feeling of just cruising around the sky, killing several enemies in one shot and teleporting everywhere is just unbeatable, man. Boomerang X is also very simplistic. You have different waves of enemies to kill. Every every wave getting harder and harder, and each time you complete one of them, you move on to the next section and gain a new ability, which you get to try out instantly. The enemies themselves aren't anything special in this game. There is some variety, but you mostly fight these black blobs, which isn't a big problem because the art and gameplay make up for all the game's shortcomings. Boomerang X is only 2 hours long too, so beating it in one sitting won't be a problem. Also, I didn't know this before playing the game, but apparently it's published by Devolver Digital, which is a pretty big indie games publisher. It's weird cause I swear I haven't heard a single person talk about this game. It's a shame though because the game deserves so much more credit. I recommend this to anybody looking for a fast-paced movement game that you can just hop on and complete in one sitting. And yeah, I think that's about it. If you ever feel like you don't have enough time to play games, just check these out. All of them are great, but if I would rank them, I would personally put them number 1 Sheepy, number 2 Cultic, number 3 Sayonara, and the last one Boomerang X. But all of them are still very good. If you liked the video, make sure to subscribe for more. With that said, peace out.